All right, everyone, we are back with War 8 against DSVG. Today I'm taking in Null, Lady Deathstrike, and Titania. I got Path 8 in Section 1, Path 6 in Section 2, and a fight on a shared island. So, Path 8 here, starting with Kindred. We are taking with Titania. It is her only fight. It is not an Ascended Kindred, so even better for us. Going in, the game plan is to push him to Special 1, bait the Special 1, retaliate the Special 1 to activate the pause, so that the infestation does not land on us. If it happens to during the fight, either because we don't pause enough or because the fight goes too long, then we'll be looking to land a heavy to drop its duration. Also, we want a special attack ready for his Tube ability route so that we can get out of it immediately and finish the fight instead of degenning to death. So that's what the power backs are for. Just in case. I kind of see this fight not reaching special 3 and just going really quick. So nothing special about the node here. He's going to gain a crit buff when we knock him down. There's a Special 1. There's a Retaliate. And yeah, he's already at almost 50% health. So it's going to be a pretty quick fight. I'm sure this placement was just to force a specific counter instead of just running straight through 8. Decide to throw the Special 2 here. It's going to trigger root, but we have a Special 1. I wanted him to throw a heavy or something. He decided to throw Special 1, so we didn't end it quite as soon as we wanted, but it was pretty much over. Second fight is Omega Sentinel. Now, this one has a decrease in ability accuracy by 15% for each buff that the defender has, and it's defensive, so that means parry's not always going to land or has a chance. So Null here, the game plan was to parry heavy pretty much as often as a parry lands while we build the clarity charges. Did a medium there, so decided to alternate so that we don't build as many armor ups. We're just shy of the 10 charges, and there we go with the Special 1 right before it. We have the clarity charge. So from here, I'm going to parry heavy or bait a heavy, and then alternate to medium, light, medium, just so that we don't place any extra armors, even though we instantly convert them to Living Abyss. So very safe fight for Null. He counters the tactic really well, and he counters techs with armor up really well. So pretty much done here. Believe we're going to end up just doing one medium and finishing the fight. There it is. Next up, Path 6, Sauron. We are taking with Deathstrike. Game plan here was just to keep the heal block up so that we can avoid the unblockable both from his kit and from the node. And obviously practice Special 1 dexes outside of this fight so that we are ready to go here. His Special 2 is a little more annoying, especially if you end with a medium and he decides to throw it instantly. So I tend to err on the side of bait out the Special 1 because it's a lot easier to anticipate. And yeah, makes it a pretty simple fight. I'm not going to rely on ferocity and avoiding blocked hits with Lady Deathstrike. I don't feel like I need to do that. Yeah, I just rather play safe and not have to deal with intercepts. So there's ferocity, and you're going to see me block, I think, right after a full combo coming up. Oh, no. Actually, I think I go this fight without actually blocking. Oh, so we had it. It's probably the next one. Her second fight. And then next up, Spider-Man OG. We're going to use Null here. Game plan here is to parry heavy while he's below a bar of power. When he's above a bar of power, we are going to block bait heavies and retaliate with a medium until we get clarity. Once we have clarity, it is parry heavy while he's below a bar of power, and then bait a heavy and end combos into a block so that we can push him to Special 2 to avoid the unblockable component of this node with blocked hits from his Special 1. So believe it worked out to be 3 heavies, which means 9 hits at the start here towards clarity, which means I only needed 1 more hit and the medium was going to prevent any auto block or evade. So here, turtle, medium into a combo. Decide to get the clarity first. Now I'm going to go into a combo as we push him to special 2. Use the special 1 to push him to special 2. Kind of like sticking to special 1s with null so that we can constantly build our clarity passive with the numerous hits. And then deck special 1 or special 2. Make sure you don't get hit by it. But yeah, pretty easy fight. As long as the AI decides not to throw a special 1 into your block. Even then, I had an indestructible boost going in, so we could have afforded to get hit by a special attack or 2. Probably not a special 2, but that one's a lot easier to dex. And then the last fight, Domino here on high energy diet, Burden of Might. We are taking with LDS. So my assumption here was that I was actually not going to have special attacks available. Just figured this would be a total beatdown. But as I said with the Ferocity, I'm not going to worry about blocked hits. I actually decided in this fight I was going to try to avoid triggering decks as much as possible. And it actually worked out pretty well to where I threw a bunch of special attacks. So yeah, here you're just paying attention to when she crosses that bar of power and whether or not she's lucky at the end of it. And if she's not, I was finishing combos with a medium. And if she was, I was just doing a couple light hits and then backing off instead of going full commit. Pretty simple fight. We could parry if we wanted to. I didn't set that up often. After a special 1, I believe I did. And at this point, I noticed I wasn't triggering a buff that was causing me to lose power. So I decided I was going to block everything. So that's why I'm blocking the special 1s. I'm avoiding a dex trigger so that I avoid triggering Burden of Might. And then I actually have special attacks to throw, which was more entertaining than just beating her down. No lucky there. We're out of range. She threw special 2 immediately. We go in. I believe she ends up knocking out from Rupture while I try and bait out a few attacks. There we go. So, pretty simple war for me. No big deal. That puts us at 35 fights and the 2 deaths. So, moving right along. And then that gave us an 8-0 start. So, we are still benefiting really favorably from the matchmaker. And I'm not really sure why even War 9 ended up being a favorable matchup. But we absolutely need to match GT40, LVT, Nefty, SGA, some combination of those 4 in our last 3 wars. Like, needs to happen. I'm sure it's the whole rematch adjustment to matchmaking, which is great because it means we're not rematching alliances within a season, because that's more headache than this is. But with the position we're in Masters, to totally deserve it, we actually need to play some top 5 alliances. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit subscribe, give it a like, and I will catch you guys at the next video.